back to another video. In today's section, we're going to look at how to implement Google sign-in in our Flutter application, and we'll be using the Google sign-in package. Alright, so you have to import Google sign-in. You can do that by doing Flutter pop add and the package name Google sign in. Okay, so when you enter, then it will be added for you. Okay, so after we've added our package, we need to start now using the Google sign in package. So what you're going to do first is you will create an instance of the Google sign in. Okay, so make sure your class is a stateful widget. Then let's start with our instance. So I'm going to say final Google sign in, and I'm going to say G sign in is equal to, then we're going to just have the instance dot instance. After creating an instance, we ought to initialize. Okay, so we're going to have inside the init state. Inside here, we'll be awaiting the initialization. So be using the widget binding. Alright, then you're going to add a post frame callback. So the second one. Okay, alright, so in here we use await, and we're going to await G sign in dot initialize. Okay, so for Android specific, we will need to pass this client server client ID. Yeah, but we will do it later. Without this, you are going to get error. Okay, so after we've initialized our Google sign-in, we will come to the implementation. So right now I have a simple UI here, just a scaffold and a button at the center, okay, of the scaffold. So inside the on-press, you're going to do two things. We will first authenticate, which is equivalent to sign in. Okay, then after this, you're going to ask for authorization. That is where we will get our access token. Okay, so for access token, authorization for access. So let's start with the Google sign authenticate. So for the authenticate, you're going to use the object we created here. So I'm going to say final G user, because authentication will return as a user, Google sign in dot authenticate. Okay, authenticate. Here. Okay, so if authenticated, then we ask for authorization. So we have to await for this. It's a future, so we add await. Okay, await to this one. Make sure you have async to the function body. Okay, so now you come to authorization. For the authorization, we're going to have final G auth is equal to, you are going to use the G user. So now the Google user that are signing should give us authorization. So authorization client dot authorize scoops. Okay, so authorize scoops. So now we need the scoops. So what the scoops is about is basically access, what you need access to. Okay, so the person is signing in with his or her Google account. So the scoop here is which part of the account do you need access to. Okay, so we will create a variable here. So final scoops, because empty for now, we will come back to fill that. So let's pass okay, so it's a list of strings, so I'm going to do string here. Okay, so that is that. Then after asking for authorization, we can now get our access token. So I can say string access token is equal to g auth. Okay, dot okay, g auth okay. The issue is here, rather I have to await this authorization as well, so I'll wait this, then we can get the access token. Okay, from here. Alright, so let's print so that we can see what. So I'm using log developer option, then I'm going to say access token, access token. Okay, so this is it. This is very simple. These are just a line of code that you need to get access to the access token. Okay, so you can see here that the scoops are empty, so I will first run as we continue. So once it runs, I'll look for the scoops. So the scoops, as I said, is basically for what you need access to from the person's account. Okay, so here you have to come to the Google Cloud Console, then you create an account. Okay, you create an account. I also talk of the initialization, the server client ID. Okay, you get access to all that in a Cloud Console application or project. So you come here. If you don't have a project, you create a new project. Okay, so in this project, I'm going to add, you come to the client side and you're going to create a new client. Okay, so on the new client, I'll first create for the server client ID. So that one, you select the application type should be web application. Okay, and the name, you can maintain it as it is. That's all. Then you can just create. Now when you create, you look for the ID, client ID. So you copy this. Okay, then you come to the initialize. So you call the server client's ID. Okay, it takes string, then you pass the ID to it. Okay, then once that is done, you come to create another one for Android. Okay, you create one for Android. With that, we just have to have it here. We'll not be using the ID in this particular video. So for the Android, these are the things that we need: the package name and the SHA-1 certificate fingerprint. So our app is run. So I'll come to the Android app build creator, then I'll look for the application ID. Okay, so I'll copy this application ID, then I will leave it here. Okay, then I'll come back to Android. So let's go to the terminal so that you can get the SHA-1. So you route to Android, then you run this command /gradle. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Is it gradle or server? Then sign in reports. Okay, you do this, you're going to get your SHA-1 key. Come very shortly. Okay, so we have our keys generated here for us. So you look for the SHA-1 key here. Okay, SHA-1 key here. Then you copy that, Control Shift C. Okay, for the terminal. Then we leave it that one also here. Then we can save this. Okay, that one I'm not going to use the ID, so we just saved it. We save it. If it's not there, you can get an error. Yeah, you get it. So we've created this one, Android client, and we've created a server. But for the code, the ID we need is just for the server. So we provided that one. Okay, so now I'll restart and try a sign in and see if you get any error or we go through. Because if you go through, we should see our access token printed to us. So I'm going to do G-auth. So it signs in, and there's an error right here. Google sign-in exception. Client configuration. A server client must be provided on Android. Okay, so the server client ID is what I've done. Okay, so let me stop it and run again. So we try signing in again. Okay, and this time we have no error. So we select one email to do the signing. Okay, so we are getting some error here. So SDK reported. So the particular error is the scopes. Requested scopes cannot be now. Okay, so this is the error, or empty. And at our case, or in our case, we are having the scopes to be empty, as you can see here. Okay, so let's find a scope and place it inside it. So when it comes to the cloud project that we created, we come to data access. Okay, we come to data access. So under data access, you add or remove scope. Okay, so when you come here, let's try to get the user info. The user's email. Okay, so I'll copy this one. I have the base URL. Okay, so we come to the scope and we are going to add this. So we first get https www.google APIs. Then we can paste this one in addition. Okay, so this is it. Now you do a hot restart to check how it goes. So should have waited. Okay, so now that we have the scopes added, we try another sign in. Okay, authorization failed. cannot find a matching credential. Let's see what the error is. Okay, so this one is, I made a mistake. So there should be a .com here. Okay, there should be a .com here. Okay, so I'll run this again. Oh, sorry, let me restart. Okay, once it restarts, you can try again. Okay, we select an account, same thing. What is the issue? Okay, so we are getting this access blocked because we've not added this particular user into the testers. Okay, so let's add this user to the testers. Okay, then we try again. So if it works, we should see our access token printed to us. Okay, so we continue. Then you are saying this because I've changed it. You are now using contacts, so you give continue to this one. So this is the access. When you allow this access, GAuth will be able to. Okay, so you see these are the access that I'm requesting for. Okay, so continue. Then you can see the access token showing up here. Okay, so this is a token that you can use for other things in your applications. Okay, yeah, so that's basically how you can implement the Google signing. So first you have to create an instance, then you initialize using your server client ID, which you can get from the Cloud Console. You create your scoop. So the scoop is basically what you need. So initially we're using the userinfo.email. Now I changed it to contacts.read only. You are going to get the person's contacts. Then you can authenticate, which is sign in. After signing, you ask for authorization. Then you can now have access to the token. Thank you very much for watching to this end. If this video has really helped you, please do want to hit the like button, leave a comment in the comment area, and please motivate us to keep bringing such content to you by subscribing. I will see you in the next video.